Welcome to the first video of VanLife Europe Part 2. Part 2. We hope you enjoy getting to learn about how we make it all happen. Salut.
Salut.
À la santé. Good morning, friends.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Ça va bien?
Ça va.
In case you haven't guessed, we are in France.
France. No.
Oui.
Oh, oui.
And we're feeling silly because it's a gray day here in Quiberon, France.
I think it's because I woke up in a tent.
Yes, we woke up in a tent. We slept on the floor.
You ask why were we in a tent?
Well, because the Howlin' Yowler has some clutch problems again.
Yeah, it's been 1 year since we were in England where our clutch went out, and when we put her away last November, I started to notice that I couldn't get into first gear. And once we arrived back, we had to drive 15 hours, literally all the way across Germany from Munich, all the way to Quiberon, France.
We made it here on prayers.
Yes, her family was here, so we had committed to spending time with them and wanted to make sure we got it. So sure enough, we made it.
The Howlin' Yowler got here, and so
and
now...
then we asked around for all the best mechanics, and we ended up going to 5 mechanics, and in the end we ended up in a little town of Auray where Pierre and his crew are fixing our special Howlin' Yowler.
And just to let you know how important it is to do research on car work before saying yes and committing.
Yes.
The first quote we got was basically 1,500 euros.
Yeah.
That's like a lot of money. And
Yep.
after going to 5 different people, showing them the
quote from the first place
Exactly.
and asking questions and just trying to figure out the whole piece of the puzzle, we finally got the price slashed in half.
half. Just under 700 euros is what we're paying now, we hope. He had some hard time getting the screws off to remove the clutch because of rust.
Yes.
So we're still waiting.
We have a bit older van. It's a year 2000 Ford Transit, so she definitely has some wear and tear on her, but we've been pretty happy overall and definitely been a great way for us to travel around Europe.
We've been missing her, so it was nice
Yes.
for a change to be in a tent to really appreciate the comforts of our van. But really quick too, after we dropped her off in Auray yesterday, we took our bikes with us and we bike rode all the way from Auray to Carnac. We saw the megaliths there, which are the huge rock things, which was really cool.
They actually predate Stonehenge in England, so that's pretty special. There are tons of these huge massive boulders all around, aligned perfectly in fields.
Really neat. And then after Carnac, we bike rode to the coast, went to Trinity-en-Mer, jumped
There's a
in the
huge
ocean.
port there with all kinds of beautiful sailboats, and it was a spectacular day yesterday. And I even time-lapsed an epic sunrise. It was beautiful. And then, yeah.
You go from this today, yesterday it was 88 degrees and sunny. It was gorgeous. I mean, I don't mind this, though. It's nice for a change. But
It is nice. I was starting to get a sunburn.
the van's getting worked on. Once our van is better, then we're going to make some moves, and we're going somewhere.
So a big part of us trying to figure out that decision, why it's not so clear-cut, is we have to abide by the Schengen Visa laws, which allows us 90 days out of every 180 days within, it's about 26 countries within the EU. And so our options for being outside of the Schengen zone is either we go to the UK and Ireland, which we did last year, and that's where we purchased the van, going to Morocco, which is northern Africa, only a couple kilometers south of Spain, which is a whole different land, which seems very incredible, and we've heard so many good things about people going there in the wintertime.
Cool.
Very cool. And the other is going to the Balkan countries, which is also where we went last year, which is Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, Montenegro,
But we're
Albania.
not ones to like redo if there's still uncharted lands.
So those are kind of the options for getting in and out of it and playing with those rules. On top of that, I have to travel back every about 3-4 months back to the US for a business that I remotely manage. So that adds a little bit of a snafu.
A little bit of
So we're trying to figure out, okay, if we spend this much amount of time here and then I have to book a flight to go back. So just trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle together.
Yeah, and our Schengen days end just like the 3rd week of September.
Yep. It'd be September 19th. 18th, if I don't have it wrong.
Yeah.
If I have it right.
It really cuts into our budget if we need to like ferry into England for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's expensive. Yeah, like you just said, it's like 200 euros right now, only booking it a few days out. So we may have to drive to Calais and take the channel over. There's different options, but we really want to see Cornwall as well. But we're deciding, do we do that now, or do we come back a little bit later when our 90 days are up and do it then?
Just to say also, to be completely clear on our budget and everything, because we did go ahead and kind of put in a lot of funds to try out this event last year, our funds are pretty much leveled out right now. So what's coming in, we're trying really hard to use smartly and rebuild our savings.
Yep.
So that we can build our future.
Which has some very special things coming up, which you'll hear
Yeah.
about if you continue listening to our story, because
We'll see how
we're
it
really
all
excited
unfolds.
for it.
Yeah, we love what the future has in store. We have no idea how we're getting there, where we're going next, but
Yes.
we know we'll end up somewhere great. So
Yes.
we're super happy to have you along for the ride.
Yes.
Was there anything else you wanted to say about that?
Last night was date night. Date night was epic.
It was. I'm really glad you said that. It was delicious.
We've almost been married for 1.5 years too, by the way.
Thinking about those crepes, it makes my eyes water.
Yes. Last year we had been in this little village called Saint-Pierre-Quiberon, and we eyed this creperie, which was looking amazing, and it's known for its jazz.
Yeah, it had this little frog sitting in a swing, and the swing was right outside.
I think it was Kermit.
I think it was too. But it was just like quirky and cute, and all of the lights inside were hats. I mean, it was super cute. And we did the menu galette.
Menu galette. That is the deal of a century.
It's like 14 euros.
You get salad, you get potatoes, you get a crepe with egg, cheese,
jambon,
and ham.
Fromage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you get a dessert sweet crepe with an ice cream ball on top with homemade caramel. Oh my gosh.
Everything was homemade. The ice cream was homemade. I'm allergic to gluten, but he did a galette. And galettes in this part of France are made of blé noir, which is basically buckwheat. So everything was on limits.
Yeah, it was. We would definitely recommend that place. It's amazing, and it was so quaint and cute. And
we do date night maybe once every week or two. Other than that, we're cooking in the van and enjoying the sunsets and the breeze and each other. So until next time.
Until next time.
Thank you for following along. Be sure to follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, and on Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But on Instagram, we are Mr.
and Mrs. Adventure.
We try to share every day, unless we're really just trying to be present, and we understand that you'll accept it.
That has the most up-to-date stories of our adventures and photos and little blips that we've thought of. So, yeah.
So thanks, guys.
Thanks. Enjoy us on YouTube as well.
À la
Have a
prochaine.
good day. Au revoir.
À bientôt.
Ciao. Cut.
La 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 la, Brittany's mic number 1.
I'm Drew, number 2.